Yes, c'est pour le partage de micro-cellulaires.
C'est verbal. Espérons avoir accès.
C'est bon, donc l'adoption de l'ordre du jour a été adoptée. Donc, il a été proposé par Chevalier et appuyé par Samuel Lagarde d'adopter l'ordre du jour tel que proposé pour la 14e Assemblée générale de l'OFC en date du 25 mai 2025. On est prêt à passer au prochain point. Donc, tout de suite après, nous rentrons maintenant dans la lecture et l'adoption du procès verbal de la dernière Assemblée générale spéciale qui a eu lieu le 24 avril dernier. Donc, on va vous le partager avec toi. Yes. Le prochain point, on va nominer le président, le secrétaire d'Assemblée. Pour l'instant, je suis.
Okay, guys, so, since we're filming, I'm gonna read the station. Are you guys okay with me reading this in English? The minutes, so this is the minutes from the special AGM that we hosted on the 24th. Good, all right. Okay, so the special AGM, it was hosted on Zoom. I was the chair, Carl Hammond Freeman. Present was Kemba Williams, Nationality Jonas, myself, and we had a guest, Mark. The marks of our guest that was present. All right, and there was a recording of that session. So opening remarks. So meeting began with gratitude to God and the ancestors. The chair expressed hope for a productive meeting. Acknowledged that this was a special AGM, not a regular AGM, for everyone scheduled for May. You know? The purpose is to present and approve the financial statements and the bylaws which were pending from the previous AGM. The purpose of the special AGM required we needed to present the updated bylaws and the financial statements from the previous year. These items were not ready during the AGM from the previous year. Kind of PowerPoint. Okay. Attendance and meeting context. So the meeting actually was scheduled for a Friday, and due to a schedule conflict, we had to bring it up a day to the Thursday, and that is what created a lower than anticipated attendance. The attendance was low due to short notice. The quorum was still met as per our organizational bylaws, basically which states that whoever is present is what makes up our quorum. All right, so then we went through the agenda. The agenda was approved by Mr. Kemba and seconded by Chanelli. The presentation of the financial statements presented a financial overview of the previous year. Approximately 55,000 was received in revenue. We ended the year with a net loss due to heavy spending on renovations, the retreat setup, and staffing costs. The loss occurred because funding was spent before the grant had arrived. We discussed the legal structure. The organization is a nonprofit, not a charity. We are registered as the ARC Foundation, which is our legal name, operating under, and we also operate under multiple names, including One Full Circle OFP. We clarified the structure as a social economy organization, allowed to engage in for-profit making activities to support our nonprofit goals. The financial statements were approved by Kemba and seconded by Chanel. And then we presented the presentation and approval of the bylaws. So we presented the updated bylaws. Some of the points that were presented in there with the member tier clarification. So we have individuals, families, businesses, nonprofit, affiliate, sponsored, diamond, and founding member. Founding member clause introduced and gives veto right on core mission issue. Voting rights specified, limited to contributing members. Governance updates, board responsibilities were clarified, conflicts of interest policies were added. Procedures for elections, quorum and meeting updated. Quorum defined and whoever shows up to ensure decisions are stalled. Bilingual documentation bylaws now in English and in French. And we added this section on discipline, expulsion, and dissolution protocol. Bylaws approved by Chanelli and seconded by Kemba. And then there was the business or community initiative proposed creating a programming committee to assess members' needs, survey-based approach. Develop retreat farming project, a committee to oversee food production and greenhouse, and explore land acquisition near Ontario border in Quebec for building a self-sustainable community. Mentioned upcoming visit to the retreat site for community members, and discussion about formalizing roles for fundraising, programming, and marketing. Closing remarks, Chair expressed gratitude and spiritual blessing, encourage unity and purpose in continued development of the community. With the special AGM.
Excellent. Donc, pour ces procès-verbaux-là, on va avoir besoin de quelqu'un qui puisse proposer et quelqu'un qui puisse appuyer pour l'adoption du procès-verbal tel que proposé pour l'AGS du 24 avril 2020.
So we need to propose that they accept and then somebody to adopt after, so that they accept the minutes of the special AGM. So we need to propose to. Everything that will come up.
Yeah, like it's all in favor of the long.
Oh, yeah, then you keep it.
Well, okay, so all in favor? Yeah, on that was the campaign. And anybody opposed? Okay, and it's carried. Thank you. All right, guys. Yes. Sorry. Oh, and this. Thank you. Is anybody abstaining? Okay, this community here. We're learning. We're doing stuff.
Excellent. Donc, à ce moment-là, le procès verbal du 24 avril 2025 a été proposé par Chanel Jones et appuyé par tout Camargo. Pardon. Donc, pour ce 25 mai 2025 pour l'OFC.
Adopté à l'unanimité.
À l'unanimité.
That so it was proposed by Chanel Jonas and adopted by O'Connor Brooks and voted in unanimity, right? Unanimous. Oh, it's unanimous. Unanimous. Thank you. That's said. That's said. Not the road as
Alors, excellent. Donc, nous sommes prêts à passer au prochain point. Donc, nomination de la présidence et du secrétariat de l'Assemblée. Donc, tel que mentionné dans les règlements généraux de l'organisation à l'article 18, pour mener l'Assemblée générale, il faut nommer et ratifier que les membres nomment un président d'Assemblée et un secrétaire d'Assemblée seulement pour la tenue de l'Assemblée. C'est pas pour le CA, juste par une nuance, c'est pas pour le conseil d'administration, c'est vraiment pour la tenue de l'Assemblée.
right. I'm about to. So we need to nominate somebody to preside over our meeting and also a secretary. We're doing the nomination just for this meeting, so it's not somebody who's going to preside over all the meetings for over the board. And as well for the secretary, it's just for this meeting, not nominated such meeting. Yeah, yeah, the chair and secretary, but just for this meeting. So whoever we nominate, they won't be permanent on.
Makes sense.
That, okay, so that's.
Okay, so I'm gonna present our sister, Melissa Masena. She's a member of the OFC. Her background is in governance. She's actually some work she has been working with us to help us the structure of what we do doing. And we kind of help to be the chair of the. Yeah.
Donc, Donc, il va falloir qu'on ait quelqu'un pour pousser la motion et quelqu'un pour appuyer la motion aussi, pour l'adoption du président de l'Assemblée.
Il faut que ça soit un membre.
Oui, absolument, toujours des membres qui appuient, évidemment.
Ça peut être là, non?
Oui, ça peut être bon.
Yeah, we just doing.
C'est pour les policiers.
Yes, we need a future proposal.
Someone might be proposed.
No, I just introduced. He's already
Yeah. No, first of all, chair. Yeah.
Et quelqu'un pour appuyer. On a fait ici. Alors. Donc, il a été proposé par Kamba Williams et à notre Charles de nominer Mélissa Masséna, donc moi-même, en tant que président de l'Assemblée pour l'Assemblée générale, pour la 14e Assemblée générale de l'OFC en ce 25 mai 2025.
All in favor?
Pour les faveurs, contre et abstention sur les trois séquences.
Nation pour des procès-verbaux pour les l'adoption.
We'll be, rather, better be safe than sorry. And then check.
L'important, c'est que ça soit.
Ça va être dans le procès verbal. C'est très important que tout soit noté pour le futur. Donc, tu notes bien quand même ça.
Oh, c'est ça.
Oui, un travail pour le procès. Ça existe.
Est-ce qu'il y a des abstentions?
Anybody see? No. Motion arrests.
Excellent.
Ouais, deux ans.
OK. Donc, nous allons procéder à la même protocole pour la nomination de secrétaire d'Assemblée.
So basically, Veronique Tax is a member of the OFC as well. She currently helps with operations. She joined initially, as our member engagement coordinator. I think it's operations, and he volunteered to help us with the being secretary. Her background is in teaching, education, principal, kids. And you have volunteered to help us with today.
Excellent. Nous allons avoir besoin de quelqu'un pour proposer la mission. Et quelqu'un pour appuyer la motion.
Okay, and then all in favor? And anybody opposed? And anybody abstain? Motion carries. Right. Yeah, that's
Excellent. Donc, il est proposé par Ferguson Henry et appuyé par Anna Charles de nominer Véronique Carrier en tant que secrétaire de la 14e Assemblée générale annuelle de l'OFC en ce 25 mai 2025.
Négatif.
That it was proposed by Ferguson Henry and adopted by no child that I think it's great. Me too.
Donc, pour la suite, nous allons passer au prochain point, notre point le plus intéressant. Donc, nous allons passer à la présentation du rapport annuel de l'organisation. Sorry. Il y a une autre étape avant, pardon. Donc, on va passer, à l'élection des membres du conseil d'administration. Donc, comme vous le savez, il y a des sièges qui étaient disponibles cette année. Je vais te laisser présenter la situation.
Yes. Merci. So guys, so basically, so this is the time we're going to be presenting the nominees for the board. So there's been some open spaces or we have some places available for not new board members who join the. So we went through a pretty rigorous nomination process to be able to introduce you guys to those who were nominated today. We have a lot of interested candidates and we appreciate everybody who showed the interest in wanting to participate. I'm really excited because it just shows more evolution and growth of the OIC community. So we are in an awesome time, an awesome space. I'd like to invite all the nominees from the front, so you guys are here, and I think I saw Sumichi. Yes, come on to the front seat. Here, front row. And so we're going to give an opportunity, and I think I should have one joining via Zoom. So basically, we're going to give all of the nominees an opportunity to introduce themselves to you all, and to also just share their obviously things like the background and why they're want to be board members. Good. Good. Awesome. We're going to take order left and right, then back our dog. All right, we're going to start from the side and we'll cross. Yes, you're in the right spot, so no. Yes. Yeah, if you can, if you don't mind standing and presenting, we can face the people. Well, we're family here, we're all committed, don't worry. Feel at home. Thank you, Bill.
Well, you can see my things and now, so I decided to join the OF6 because I just really and with my background, my knowledge, and my love for my peers, my community, and I think I am a good asset to add to the community, so we're working together, work together, and ready for the journey and grow. So as I said tomorrow, once the community track, yeah, it's studying it by yourself, the family and control around it. And that's it actually make it grow, so you can do more things toward us than us here, which is very so he needs that. He needs help and it's a big family and I think that's what we are here for. So to work with him and see the vision and the that generation after him, get bring it to the others after, so that's why we are here. And that's why I believe to be part of this community. So I'm in finances, I work in communications. I'm a mother of two beautiful twins that provide me, and from them I learned a lot as well. Even to work with kids, to work with people, and I learned patience. Don't have music, please. And I love to learn, love to work with people, love to apply my knowledge, my way of doing things. I work with a lot of kids as well. Maybe. So I think I'm still with that. Okay. And the rest of it, you'll see it coming soon. Okay.
The positions available on the board, presidents, secretary, treasurer, and directors get three space to rest. Yes. If I wasn't at the meetings, I'm meeting. It's a good question. Well, what we had done, we had sent out emails to invite people like into general membership to not just to show express interest. So we did it by email, we sent it on social media, we sent it out within groups. We gave, I think it was almost a month and a half people to be able to join. You might have been coming in at the same time, so you might not have noticed that. We did try to put on everything on LinkedIn. We just invite the community to participate. But for those who are interested, even if you're not on the board this year, you can join the committee, join the board committee, which will give you the experience of working with the board, and there's going to be spots available next AGM. Okay, thank you. Great question. And yes, sir. Questions at the end? Okay, good. All right, so. I don't know. Okay, thanks.
My name is Vinci. I've been a part of the OFC since August, officially last year. I'm a flight attendant. I'm a mom of 3 boys, 3 black sons. And that's one. When I learned about this opposites community, then I thought, yeah, I'd really like to be a part of it and contribute and make our community a better place for us in this province. I was in Ontario before that for 17 years. I'm originally from here. And when you're here in Quebec, I say you're like a boiling frog. You think it's okay. Yeah, there's no problems here. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. We have the racism that's everywhere. But when you get out of it, then you see the difference. Things can be managed, things can be done differently. Right? And the way things are done here, of course, we're a minority. When you're part of the majority, you're eventually going to go with the majority and in how you operate, even in organizational ways. So I feel that if we can make a difference that way to make it be more efficient, the way we operate as a community for our kids, I'd love to contribute to do that. And the racism actually is a lot more potent here. I actually had to sit down with my boys when I came here and have a family meeting and tell them, listen, we're probably going to come across with the N-word when you're here. And they laughed, which I said, perfect. That's the reaction I want you to have. Because no matter what someone says, it doesn't matter. Words don't matter unless you make them your own. I had to say that to my boys. And then fast forward so that was 2.5 years ago. Fast forward to last year, it happened. And the teachers were actually worried about my son because he was all that. When he came home, he was like, no, I don't care. And I said, good, I did my job. So, but I actually have to do that here. And I didn't have to do that in Ontario. So again, racism is everywhere, but there's different nuances and densities of that racism, and it's a lot more potent here. So I'd like to. I don't have connect meeting except with light. That's why it's like
I think that's project background. Because I know I find it important to connect with a family. Different facets of what when meeting with Michi is very much into advocacy, which is a very good point. So in case you guys want to make where we had seen them, right, thank you. All right, Mr.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. I first want to thank God for being here. I think you can be here. Actually, this is the Kairos moment. And for those who know who Kairos moment is, it's a blessing moment. So, just to give a little bit of myself, I am, I won't go too far. So, I've been university in Canada. I did my studies in business, secretarial, and also in law. So I decided that I'll open up my business. So we have a business called SJ Legal Secretary. We offer 14 services to people, so which we're constantly adding on services. So anything in regards to helping with people with lawyers, there's many situations where one might need a lawyer. So anything you can do helping with that, create your legal statement, receiving a debt, building a website, health issue, we help you with. So there's many, to which you can get on the website itself, www.nglegalsecretaries.com. But just to give a resume of why I'm here. I met Sarah, I think we're going on maybe 2 years, but we didn't know that party. Yes, and one thing I like about Frederick Vision is that it is not just a short-term vision, it's one that we can see ourselves or children's children, being a part. And that's something that I hold out there too, because what I'm trying to leave is a legacy for my children. And if we can come together in the community and bring our services or gifts or talents or skills and get there faster, I thought he had everything basically Pharaoh had everything set up. And then when he found me, basically I was not looking. I was ready for the opportunity, but he found me. I had to say to him, Pharaoh, I was actually praying about this before he met me. So there's many things that I'm doing in my life when it comes to church. I'm building so many projects. Back in Ghana, we built a church or a market or a house. And so there's many things that we're doing back home that now I find that we should give this secret to our people. Well, not just our people, but just the people where it has been more difficult for them to find out. So, and it's really not difficult once the information is given to you. So I'm part of this. I choose to take part of this because I see where we can get. They say you can go faster alone when you go further as a group. So this is the reason why I'm here. And guys, guarantee you, I can promise you that, being a part of the board, it's very, it's good to hear what others have to say. So whoever's nominated, we vow. I'm speaking out of we vow to give you our time, to give you our commitment, to give you the things that will value, services that will value, things that you guys value. So I'll leave it there. And so I'm gonna add thank you. Thank you so much. That's true. Well, so I appreciate you coming there to try to just participate. In terms of my thoughts about the university, her and I we met 5 minutes into our conversation, and we started talking about what he does in the UFC in the organization. I'm like, wow, how do I sign up? Tell me where, what are you doing? Because the mission, the vision of the UFC to bring people together, we as Black people, I think we need opportunities like this to work together, to teach us pathways, to help us network with each other, to help us and you're seeing where it's so open, I think. I feel like just the concept of a melanated community, and we all have melanin in us in different degrees. There's not that concept of where we're focused on our differences. We're just focused on us being a community that can work together. And so I really appreciate what the UFC does. In terms of my expertise, I've worked for the banks for a long, well, for the World Bank for a long time. I was there 15 years working on business banking and operations strategy in the back office. And left there to start my own business because I was doing a lot of real estate related investing and living and building in real estate. To the point where I became a real estate agent, but I also started a company focused on educating everyone, but specifically the Black community, on how we can build wealth using real estate, because it is a tool that we haven't really had enough access to. And one of the challenges our community faces is a lack of our own resource. We go out and we ask for funding, we look for funding, but if we had our own wealth and our own sources of funding, we don't have to ask and depend on people to decide what it is we need and agree with us to say that we need. We really have to justify when we have our own resources and then implement into what we need. So I see wealth building as a huge part of that. And I told her and we align in that very much so. And so definitely money is not what needs to be the focus of our lives, because our families, our children, these are the people we want to uplift. But money is definitely what helps us to do that. And so that process of educating and getting more accumulating wealth as a community, I feel like PFC is very much empowering us to do that. And so that's what I feel like. Very excited to be here.
Yeah. Review. We technically have two more people present. We have one physically with us right now, because Dr. Sa. Dr. Musa Sa, and we have somebody who's going to be joining us from Zoom. Okay, yes, Dr. Sa, yes, indeed.
Well, I'm going to try to do it in French and English. I'm going to translate myself. I'm a French speaker. Je vais enlever les lunettes que vous me voyez. J'ai un petit problème de. I have eyes issues. That's why I have my. I'm an old man. I'm 67 years old. And yeah, I'm retired. So my name is Dr. Sar, Musa Sar, but I'm a doctor, I'm a PhD in sociology, and I'm a postdoc in knowledge engineering. I have 2 masters in communications, I have a diploma in public relations, and I'm a former advisor of the Prime Minister of Canada, former advisor of the Minister of Transport, former advisor of the Minister of the Canada Economic Development. Why I'm an ex-professor at UOW, but I stopped teaching, I stopped doing all that stuff to go back to the community and to give back. Do I need to translate it in French? It's good. My English is good. Because the thing is, what is important for me is to help this guy first, because I saw him. I was one of the board members of the Sommet. The Sommet is 52 associations in Montreal, in Quebec, and I was a board member. And I saw him. He was a board member like me, trying to maintain OSC as a good organization, going with the 37 tons of organization where I was located. Why I'm talking about this ecosystem, this global ecosystem, because I know everyone involved. And I know how they do politics. And they are doing politics to find just funds. They want money. They want to enrich themselves. And they don't, it's not about to enhance the community. It's about to buy houses and so on to get their wages, their salaries, and so on, for most of them. So I leave the ecosystem because what I saw is not what I like, you know. Because when I'm involved in some system or something, I involve really because I believe in it. Maybe I'm more luckier than God or other people because I have my pension plan from the government. I have enough money to live, but the other one try to struggle to it, but it's not helping the community, but helping us. And this is really important because when you engage with people like our communities who are in how do you say in a bad shape, you don't engage first yourself, enrich yourself. You have to think about what is the political system where we are to find money for our community. That's why I want to involve, because first, we are in Quebec City. What you're saying is really important because you are talking about the progress. I'm living in Quebec City. Quebec City is a national political capital. It's not Montreal. For you guys, you are living in Montreal. Montreal is an economic capital. When you want to do politics, you don't go to Montreal. You have to go to Quebec City. It's a way you have the les couloirs and do the politics. Because politics, we can do it in the surface. It's underground. There is something in Quebec, sociologically talking. This is what we call the Quebec Inc. They are all white, they are all Quebecers or French. And they rule this province. You can't see it. It's in the National Assembly where I know everyone. It's in the Ottawa, the Quebec caucus, and so on. And when you want to do politics, you have to do as the Sommet. No, as a survey in as 37. They do real politics. They integrate all the system and they get a lot of money. And they're doing a lot of job. So this guy, he just maybe was alone and tried, because he has a discuss. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. It isn't important if you tell me. But I believe it's important to give the context why I want to involve, not about me, it's about the context you have to understand. This guy was involving trying to do every kind of, but he was alone. But his discourse, his speech, is a radical speech. He's a melanotype excellent person. And you try to define what is important for him. It is to defend our value as Black people. But they dislike that. And they want to give him funds because they dislike these free people. They want to put us where we have to be, say, a slave descendant, and so on and so on. So we have to react. I'm ready to react. I am with them. They know me. They know my discourse. They know I can be radical, but I can be scientific like them. And then they respect me. Everywhere in Canada, they respect me. That's why I accept today in front of you to be a member of this dynamic. We have to we have to push him to try to help him to find funds, to find the cognitive capital, because we have to show that we are free our speech, our way to do, our way to be, and so on. That's why today, in front of everyone, I say, even if I'm retired, I'm in my garden, I'm doing my every kind of thing, but I'm going to involve. But, and I want to tell you, if I'm involved, it's about value and not money. If we talk just about money and try to have wages and so on, it's not good. If it is to do political thing, to prepare the ground for our children for tomorrow, because where we are is not our country, but we have to build it as our country. I'm involved. So I'm ready. We want well, she's really good, and then I believe that she told to her how to call me, and I'm ready. So, it's politics. It's politics, and now it's important. So I'm ready to be with you guys. If I say I'm ready to be with you, I want you to be with us.
Yeah.
It's not just you guys, you was a team, and nowadays we let you go. No, you guys, you was a team. We together, we're gonna build a solid and concrete to be in Quebec City as a small little part of the weekend.
Yeah, no, great. You did great. Thank you so much. God, that really means a lot. Touched my heart. All right. So now we have one more.
Is it AB?
Going to be joining us from Zoom. Brother Rando, Martin.
Yes. Yes, how are you guys?
Okay, hold on. We're just plugging in some sound for you.
Can I import this movie?
Exception code that you can enter that.
While we're doing this, can I see the hands of all our youths in the house? Youth, it's 18 below. 18 and below. Can I see the hands of all the youth in the house? I need to count. I see your hands up high. Confident. 18 and below. 18 and below.
Test this out, maybe I'll turn up my.
10 and 9. Are you ready to slow? No? Yes. Okay. Matter of fact, we're gonna rate it 21 and below. Okay. You know what I mean, though? Hands up, I need to count you. 24? Oh, you're an adult. Alright, 21 and below. Now, this time's up about really important. You have to make sure I get you guys' name. All of you who are participating, we have prizes for all the participating.
Okay, so
Okay, because it's important that you guys are here, and I'll tell you guys why. Everything that we're here discussing is for you all in terms of the youth coming up. And it's really important that you guys hear what we've been working on here, the visions that we have. So you guys can tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you're trying to get done, and the support that you need. So it's really important, you guys. We're super dedicated to building a world that you guys are very comfortable in. So I thank you guys for being here with us today. It really
can you say something about this, please?
So give a round of applause.
You had no choice.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody who's doing rough down.
Yes.
Hey.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I apologize for not being in on the call earlier. I'm in New York. I run a sound company, and one of the things that we do is we do a lot of protest actions against Trump. And today we had a fairly big one, and that's a large part of what we do in terms of being against the corruption, being against the aggression, and being against a lot of things that he stands for. I'm also a public official, so a lot of times I'm required to be there. But I have to tell you, it's wonderful to see you guys. I really miss Montreal. I lived there for 15 years, and I haven't been back for, I don't know, maybe over a decade. But, you know, I've always, when I first moved there, I connected with Pharaoh, Hamid, and you know, we had a very unified vision. You know, even though we came at it from different perspectives about caring for community, about caring for young people, and trying to advance business causes and black causes and black unity. So those are some of the things but especially around, you know, youth and youth education, those are some of the things that we really connected on. And when he told me about what he was doing here at the OFC, I knew a little bit about it before I left, but I was very excited because I really feel like my background is as an engineer. I do a lot of video engineering, audio engineering. Yeah, I built a television station from the ground up, and I sold it. And actually, right after I sold, a little bit after I sold it, I moved to Montreal because I had a visa from Montreal to open and run and help a similar operation in Montreal, which is what I did for many years. One of the things that I really love is the idea of taking technology and being able to empower people. All of the new AI technologies are out there. They're out there, I think, and even in the realms of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. All these things are not really being derived with the perspective or vision of serving the community. You know, they're just built to serve corporations. And so I wanted to be able to take that technology and have communities be able to leapfrog where where they are to that next level. As you see in America, it's a very complex situation that we're dealing with. A lot of political change, a lot of political upheaval, and I think we're going through many of the same struggles. But when you boil it down, it's very interesting to listen to your stories and the things that you've experienced there in Montreal, because it's the same as what we've experienced in many ways here in the United States. And so having this whole global movement and having this whole very focused and intentional attitude toward making positive change and developing the kind of economic might, the kind of technical might that it takes to be able to be in this new generation where we're not operating at a disadvantage is a tremendous thing. And that's something I'm very committed to. You know, I have this whole vision. Again, with my community, you know, I've been able to upgrade a lot of the systems. You know, I'm probably one of the youngest supervisors or legislators in my county, and therefore, but as an engineer, I know the technology, the latest technology. And I try to use the latest and best technologies in order to serve the communities and serve the underserved, because that's not what people are thinking about. So creating more efficient and inclusive systems is a large part of what I've been able to do. And so I've talked to Hamid about some ideas that I have for even in the community that's being developed in terms of the networking and in terms of how we can empower ourselves to do more, to modernize what we're doing and to be more effective, to reach more neighborhoods, to reach the people that are not being served well by the system, and developing systems that do that, to put us on a technological advantage. And that's what I don't see. And you see a lot of that in Africa, you see a lot of it in YouTube, you see a lot of things where, you know, we can no longer afford to be the tail that's wagging behind the dog. We have to lead. I think the one thing that I see, we have to take our future in our own hands and lead it in terms of utilizing all of the best practices, but that with the design of empowering our communities and not taking the leftovers and saying, oh, what can you do for me? But using those technology to empower ourselves so that we can do for ourselves the things that historically haven't been done. And so when you wait for someone else to do it, and you're at their mercies, and that's not what I'm about, and that's not the world that I want to leave to my children. So again, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to serve in any way that I can, but I do believe that I bring a specific technical expertise, and I think America, especially as African Americans here, you know, we look to Canada and we look to the kind of society that you have, because I love the time that I was up there. There was so much. I believe that it's different being in an area where the struggle is a little bit different than the struggle down here in the States. And I think we're looking to, you know, build a better society, a more cohesive society, and everyone being involved, having a worldwide movement just makes a lot of sense. And then using the connections of technology to do that, I think there's a fantastic opportunity that we need to explore, and we need to be there. So that's, you know, that's what I have to say for right now.
Thank you, brother. Randall. Okay, you see her? Yep. Okay, thank you so much. So, guys, so this is our slate of new board members that we have nominated to join the OFC community. I think after we'll drop the rest for existing board members to say a quick hello. We want to read the agenda. So this is our nominees, and you'll also notice that we're very strategic. I want to thank Mr. Kevin for coming in from Toronto. You have Dr. Sands who came in from Quebec City. We have Randall who is in New York State. So we're intentional on making sure we have board members who represent different provinces, different areas, so that we can be that bridge. So now we have the bridge for the United States, Ontario, as well as Quebec City, and then we have the Montreal surrounding areas here as well. So that was very strategic in how we positioned our board, and I'm looking forward to we still have a board member from Alberta who's here as well. You can come, Alberta. So you're really does mean a lot. So I'm grateful. So now we go to the voting part.
Exactement. Tu vas proposer de bloquer tout le monde en même temps.
Yeah.
Donc, la brochette de candidats qu'on vient de recevoir ici, qui se sont présentés, sont les potentiels prochains membres du conseil d'administration. Donc, on a Anod Charles, Victor Moussassa, Kemba Williams, Randall Martin, Chaneli Jonas et Mitcha. Succès, excellent. Donc, pour pouvoir justement procéder à leur nomination officielle, Oh, sorry.
So instead of voting everybody in one by one, we're gonna just do it as a group. So everybody that presented themselves, their names being Anna Shah, Michi Success, Chanel Jonas, Emma Williams, Dr. Musa, and Randall Martin. So we need somebody to propose. Oh, that, okay. And then somebody to adopt.
Simplement mentionner en fait les candidates oiseaux. Donc, il a été proposé, je crois, Alex Papier et appuyé par Ferguson Henry de nommer les membres précédemment nominés en tant qu'administrateur du conseil d'administration de One Full Circle, débutant ici un mandat de 3 ans à partir du 25 mai 2025, aujourd'hui même. Toutes mes félicitations aux nouveaux membres adoptés.
Okay, you guys are all in favor?
Oh,
Yeah.
And then if you raise them high, which you get a picture. Anybody opposed? Anybody abstaining? Yes. Pastor, and it's unanimous.
félicitations.
Suggestion, because I find it really, really interesting that we have somebody in the state that's somebody from Liberia. So if I remember well, we also have an office in Ghana. Just as a suggestion, for the next section, so that we might have somebody in Ghana or maybe.
Thank you, noted. Okay, we're gonna do it. Okay, thank you. Ok. Qu'est-ce qui suggérerait, parce qu'on a un bureau aussi en Ghana maintenant, on a nos administrateurs qui travaillent de Ghana. Fait qu'il propose que, pour peut-être on peut continuer pour le prochain vidéo, de nominer ou d'essayer de trouver un représentant pour déplacer nos.
Dans ce cas, je trouve que c'est une excellente idée, mais ne pas spécifier Ghana, mais spécifier Afrique, de l'Afrique, basé au Ghana ou au Sénégal ou dans d'autres pays. C'est ça.
Yeah.
I just want to mention that however I just speeches, national non-profit member of the OFC has an office in Nigeria. Yeah, so we do have that suspension on it.
All right. Okay, so.
Excellent. Donc, nous allons passer au prochain point, qui est la présentation et l'adoption du rapport annuel 2024.
Okay. So I'm going to present the annual report for 2024. Now, also in respecting of time, because we also have to do the present the financials, as well as we have a presenter. So I'm not going to read it verbatim, okay, because it's 47 pages, but it is going to be, I'm going to summarize the main points and then it will be available for you guys to download. Okay, everybody's okay with that? That's what I need. So no, okay, great. Okay, so I'll read my my ED my message from the director. So dear members of the One Full Circle community, as I reflect on the year 2024, I'm filled with immense pride and gratitude for all that we have accomplished together. And this year has been a testament to the strength, resilience, and unity of our community. Despite the challenges we face, we remain steadfast in our mission to uplift, empower, and connect the melanated community. 2024 was a year of reflection, growth, and transformation. We launched innovative initiatives like the OFC member card, which has provided our members with financial freedom and access to exclusive benefits. Our collaboration with the Black Entrepreneurial Knowledge Hub, BEC, and the Afro Caribbean Business Network, ACBN, have expanded our reach and deepened our impact, allowing us to support Black entrepreneurs and foster economic empowerment. When faced with challenges, our unwavering desire to fight social exclusion and to empower our future generation became our guiding light. This led us to remind all members why they joined the OFC community and refine the OFC values forum. Our values: honesty, accountability, transparency, building for the youth, the next generation, leading with love, our commitment to excellence, respecting the planet, and acknowledging the ancestors in everything we do, became the foundation guiding everything. We also took significant steps to strengthen our community's voice, from advocating for justice, with ensuring our voices were heard after youth was burnt with hot water in Longueuil, to celebrating our cultural heritage with the Montreal World Carnival Summit. We demonstrated the power of collective action and importance of standing together. The unveiling of the OFC community flag was a defining moment, symbolizing our shared values, unity, diversity, and growth. None of this would be possible without the dedication of our members, volunteers, and partners. Your unwavering support, passion, and commitment have been the driving force behind our success. Whether you attend our workshop, participate in our events, or contribute your time and resources, you have played a vital role in the shaping of OFC's journey. As we look ahead to 2025, I'm optimistic and determined. We will continue to innovate, collaborate, and advocate for our community. Our focus will remain on expanding our programs, enhancing member engagement, and building a stronger and more inclusive future for all. Thank you for believing in the OFC and participating in this incredible journey. Together, we are creating a legacy of empowerment, unity, hope, and hope for the generations to come. So gratitude and love. Okay, so I'm just reading very quick. So we leave this. Okay, can we do the question again? Yeah. Okay. Well, you want to say the question? Don't forget the question.
It's not the question.
No?
It's about you.
Okay. So, all right. Okay, so we'll do it at the end. Okay, thank you. So I just want to acknowledge the existing board members. So now, Dr. Albina Ryan actually stepping down from the board, but we want to send our appreciation to Dr. Albina Ryan. We have Sharon Long, who's also and is still remaining on the board for another term. Thanks. We have David Casillas, who is the former secretary of the board. He's still remaining on the board for another term. And we have our brother Andrew Bakari, who's actually joining us right now on Zoom as well. And he's also remaining for another term on this board. And myself, I'm stepping down as president, and I will be just the executive director of the organization. All right, so that was the team before. All right, let me see the big highlights. I'm looking at the time. We have a lot to do in 15 minutes. So, okay, I'm going to acknowledge the team. I'm going to go through very quickly. So as we're expanding, we added more people to the team. So I want to acknowledge Alex Frappier, our administrative assistant. He's in the back there. Thank you, Alex, for everything. Brother Kogi Mohammed came in and helped us with graphics and design. We have our Stephen, who is our virtual admin assistant. He's based out in Ghana. And then we have our sister, Veronique Kagi, who is who joined as our community engagement. So this is our team who's been helping us to run the OS business. Okay, so very quickly, so the board members, so meeting and strategy. So the board held 4 meetings. So we meet every quarter throughout the year to discuss key organization development, strategic planning, and governance matters. Major decisions included the membership card, reviewing the bylaws, and reviewing the core values. And we tightened up our operations by implementing EOS operational systems as well. We currently to manage the community. Time commitment, so the board dedicated, actually it's over 12 hours, but 12 hours to governance, oversight, and dedication decision making. Individual members contributed their expertise to their team. Now, I'm going to paraphrase. So affiliates are partners of the OFC. So affiliates are those who are at a different tier. They are those that we acknowledge as official OFC service providers. Okay, so we have to acknowledge the affiliates for being partners of the OFC, for being our examples of community excellence. So this whole part was just a shout out to the okay, right. And these are their logos. Do we have them on the screen? Oh yeah. I'm scrolling here as if you guys can see what I'm scrolling. So scroll up, I went down just to up to where the logos are, just to show these are some of the affiliates, and one of the affiliates is here with us. That is our brother Clark. Oh, you gone wrong way. Actually, further down. Sorry, I said up. I meant yeah. All right. Yeah, there we go. So these are affiliates, and our affiliates actually we grew. So I'm very proud of that. We went from I think we were 20 something affiliates to now 40 something affiliates. Went from 26 affiliates to 42 affiliates. So I'm really proud to see that our partnerships are growing within the communities. Do I need to reiterate affiliates again one more time? Affiliates are the top tier. So we have three main tiers within the OFC: individuals, businesses, and affiliates. So affiliates are partners of the OFC. They serve as the example of community excellence. When members call us for products and services, we put our affiliates at the forefront because we know that they understand our commitment to excellence. So they can represent our community when people are looking for products and services. So here are communities of some of the affiliates and training. All right. Okay. Yes, shout out to West End. Thank you again, West End, for the sound, drum, and for being present here, and also snacks. I already mentioned the impacts of this. I was just mentioning the little boy that was burned. We did this image you see is actually not of this year's rally, but we just interested. We had to mobilize again. We did do a little protest, just to bring some awareness to what just happened within the community. Here are some of our stats, just in terms of reach. So our Facebook group is now 2,800. We used to have 2,700, so about 2,800 in our Facebook group. All the stats are in there. Instagram, we're at 924. It's actually brand new, so guys, we weren't using Instagram at all before. YouTube, we're at 112. We gotta get our YouTubes up, okay, guys. So let's do that. Our directory, so that is our directory of members. Our active membership is 1630, so 1,630 members inside there. So I'm really proud of that. So in terms of growth, so 2023, we welcomed 79 new members, free users, business owners, and affiliates in 2024. The additional 53 joined, bringing our total to 1,660 active members within the OFC community, which is pretty nice. The graph with the stats, ability, okay, so we launched our OFC podcast radio. It's a melanated. Well, we've been running for a while. We have Andrew, who is our show programmer. So OFC podcast radio is melanated media. You need to know, listen to be entertained, enlightened, educated, and empowered, adding a verse of positivity to your week. The OFC podcast radio is our urban radio show. I'm just perfect. It plays every week from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and is a platform for OFC members. So as you scroll, you'll see some of the guests that we had. We had over 48 guests who participated last year. And again, it is a platform for you all in terms of members of the OFC. We invite business owners, leads of organization, and even individuals who have something important that they want to share with you. Okay, you can see here. Gemma Rayburn is in the house. Being present with us today. We have an awesome event that she's going to be speaking about in the area. All right. I'm going to skip over this part. Okay, I'm skipping over the strategic repositioning, board decisions. So we're talking about grant organizational processes. So, like I had mentioned, we had done an overhaul. Is why we define the values and stuff like that, and have each member re-engage and confirm that they do remember what is to be a part of the ORC and why they are part of the ORC community. We just shared some of the activities that we did in collaboration with some of our partners. So activities, I'm going to page with Sister Nafsa. Keep going, you'll see impact. Here we go. So that's just some of the things that we did. So in collaboration with one of our partners, who is a business lawyer, She was hosting different workshops, we collaborated with her on these workshops so that the members could participate. These are some of the legal workshops that she hosted. Okay, we also hosted an activity with our sister Andrea Cox. Final departure, this was again was helping the community to navigate that end of life pre-planning phase. And it was an amazing workshop. It was very impactful for those in the community. And if people are still interested in something that's really important, just the idea was just to have you guys be prepared and to prepare your loved ones for that transition in the future. Okay, then we also participated in an event, a Father's Day event. Myself and my sons actually we participated in that. And again, it was just to represent for men within the community who are coming up. That was an awesome event. Beck's collaboration, very quick. We worked with Beck this year. We helped them to do a survey throughout the province of Quebec to help them to mobilize and get feedback from business owners within the city. It was challenging, but again, thanks to all of the members of the community. A lot of you guys did respond when we asked. I do have to give a shout out to member services because we were able to call a lot of you guys and have you guys give us survey responses over the phone, which helped us get the results that we see. All right. So again, to member services and to you all, the members, thank you for participating. All right. Impact. I already mentioned collaborations. Again, you guys get all this. We launched, so in November is where we had launched the OFC membership card. And we had ACBN present to introduce, so that's the African Canadian Business Network. Ryan, who's the director, came down from Toronto for that event. It was an amazing event, very well attended. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for participating. We also want to acknowledge one of our official partners, which is Clark Cadet. Keep going, you'll see him on there. And now, but also what you guys will see him in is a frame, and this is what we're doing for all our affiliates now. We're keep going a little bit more. There we go. So we're creating frames so you guys can now start acknowledging and seeing who are the affiliates. So moving forward, you guys will see more of these frames that identify who are affiliates within the OFC community. And there's Clark as one of our partners. All right, as you guys know, we also run a homeschooling network. So we provide resources and support to parents who are homeschooling. So we did, I just highlighted one of the field trips that we took. This year, we went to Upper Canada Village. Okay, so you can see some of the pictures. Shout out to Nana, she was there. Shout out. It was we had a great time. The children learned a lot in terms of our contribution. And actually, they have this new exhibit. Dr. Williams, I'm pretty sure they got some information from you. She's like, where's Dorothy? I know I saw you. Yes. Yeah. The exhibit is awesome. It talks about a lot about Canadian Black history, and I'm sure they got something Black history. But it's a great exhibit. If you guys have time, I strongly recommend you guys go up Canada Village. You had a great time. All right, and then last in terms of events, if I'm not mistaken, no, two more. So we also participated again with the Rising Men Alliance. I took part in one of their live streams, again, just talking about what we contribute as men in the community and how we support each other, how we do that. All right, and last but very far from least, we closed out the year in collaboration with Westcan. We hosted it was a holiday get together with the Westcan community as well as OFC members, where people were able to come down. We all had time at one of our members' locations with fun zones in LaSalle. And so that was awesome as well. All right, I'm gonna keep scrolling. We did have a town hall meeting. Sorry, I gotta tell you guys. We had a town hall meeting where we were discussing the importance of the community financing itself or going after grants. And so it was decided that as a community, we gotta do both. So that was the outcome of this actual town hall meeting that was supposed to be. Keep going. Now, throughout the year, we had in 2024, every season had a different theme. So that's what you guys see here. So the beginning of the year, it was it was more the season for recognition. From January to March was recognition. From April to June was the season of finance. From October, I feel like I missed one. It was relationship and something else. Anyway, so October to December was finance, but I put a gap there somewhere.
July to
Right.
September.
Yeah, July, September. July to September was building relationship, and then October to December was health. All right, so these are just the graphics that we had when we had and created the themes for the season. We didn't actually continue with the themes because you guys already know we have enough to do already. It was kind of hard to go. All right, and last, I just want to acknowledge the launch of the OFC membership card, which was a big deal for us. So in collaboration with HPay, we launched what is the OFC membership card. So what it is, all members, you guys should have them. If you don't, please make it a point to connect with us before you leave. Your membership card identifies you as a member of the OFC, but it's also our own community bank where members are able to transfer funds into their own account. And then from there, you can purchase within the community. It helps us to circulate the dollar more times within the community. We also create incentives where when you spend within the community, you receive a cash back. And the ORC also receives a percentage of what you spend. So there's a lot of advantages and benefits, and there's something that we have established. I have some awesome things that have started in 2025 that I can't remember. I know. Great things are coming out of the pipeline. Great things. All right, guys. So that was that. We'll keep going. I do have to acknowledge the design of the card. Actually, if you keep going, the designer of the card, I have to give credit to Quentin Versetti. He's a designer in Ontario, and he's known for doing statues. He has great statues throughout the province, Ontario. I think he might be working on one for Quebec as well. His company is Afro Tourism, so you guys check him out. But he designed the cards and the graphics, if you guys see it. All right. Last but far from least. Sorry, I thought the thing was last week. That was quick. So it was the flag. So we had launched the OFC community flag that you guys see behind us. The symbolism behind the flag really does mean a lot. So the flags represent, so first of all, we took the concept of Garvey, red, black, and green. Except in our case, our lines are vertical, where before they used to be horizontal. And it just symbolizes that we're now standing up as a people.
Hello, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but the people on the Zoom call can't hear any audio from the meeting. Is the meeting over?
I doubt it. Maybe they had a technical issue. I think they're downstairs of the UNIA. So basically, downstairs there's the signal for the internet connection doesn't work so well. So maybe that's the problem.
Okay, I know that
Not for the sound though.
I know that he said he wanted to be over at 6, though. I'm wondering if they adjourned the meeting.
Oh, it didn't look like that according to the
It did,
images, but maybe.
I agree. It seemed like it was still in progress, but
Yeah, he's back.
they're back. Something's going on.
Brother Faro, we can hear the meeting.
Somebody's clapping.
Unless they look at the screen, they'll never figure out that the microphone is off, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure it's from the computer. So in my case, that would be it for me, brothers. So may peace be unto you, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Blessings, man. I changed my name to all of the Zoom people have lost audio. Maybe they'll see that.